let's then get started on navigating change, AI's impact on the workplace culture. So just want to kind of start off really by setting the scene. I want to thank you for joining me today because we're going to be diving into a topic that I think is incredibly important and timely, how AI is changing not just what we do at work, but how we work together as people. So we're going to look at the practical side of AI, but also the emotional and cultural shifts that come with it as well. So looking at setting the scene then, I think it's important to say that AI isn't just another tech update like installing a new CRM or moving to the cloud. This is something much deeper than that. AI is reshaping what we do and how we do it, and crucially, how we feel about our work and each other. It's not just about systems, it's about culture. And I think that's really important. And if we forget that human piece, in moving forward with AI, then we will run into problems. We will run into blockages. We will run into fear. We will run into a situation where AI will not be adopted in the fullest and best capacity. So let's have a look at humans and machines, complement or competition. There's a lot of noise, I would say, out there at the moment, saying that AI is going to replace us all. People really are, especially actually in the real estate sector, I think, fearing for their jobs. But let's just be real about that. Yes, some tasks will go away, but most roles will change rather than vanish. And that's really the point. The most exciting thing, AI works best when it supports us. It's not man versus machine, it's man with machine working in partnership. Imagine AI handling your admin so you can focus on strategy, for instance. That's the direction we're heading in. So just have a look. Let's have a look then here at these common fears. So AI is here to replace us. Automation means redundancy. The reality is that AI is strongest when it supports human capability. Most roles, I believe, will be augmented, not eliminated by AI, and collaboration between people and AI drives productivity. So as I said, it's not man versus machine, it's man with machine. So if it's man with machine, then one of the skills that we really need to think about honing is the ability to prompt AI in the best way. Being able to ask whatever AI platform we choose the right sort of questions to arrive at the right answers, the right information becomes very, very important. So let's have a look then at job displacement versus job redesign. Okay, this is a big one. There's a lot of fear around job losses. I hear it all the time. I'm sure that perhaps you have in relation to AI as well. And yes, repetitive rules-based roles are more at risk. But what we're actually seeing is task change, not total job destruction. Most jobs are being redesigned. That means people who are willing to upskill and adapt will do well. The sweet spot, hybrid roles, part human insight, part machine efficiency. The ability to be able to prompt AI efficiently will become ever more crucial, as I said before. So let's have a look at emotional reactions to AI adoption. Let's talk feelings, because even if the tech is solid, change is emotional. Anxiety, resistance, uncertainty, these are normal. People worry, will I be replaced? Can I keep up? Can I trust this thing? As leaders or teammates, we need to give people space to voice these feelings. The worst thing we can do is ignore them. So what people need is clear communication, inclusion in the process, and support to build confidence. Now, any of you that have come across perhaps as leaders any of the change models, if you look at Lewin's change model, for instance, model of change, you'll see that part of that model talks about clearly communicating what the benefits of the changes are and why the change is needed. Because if we try to change things without explaining what perhaps is lacking in the current state of doing things, people will be more resistant and fearful of the change. So if we understand, and we'll talk about how to do this in more detail actually in a moment, but if we're able to pinpoint those things, those areas that will benefit from AI being adopted, and what the benefits of that are, the benefits not just to the organization, but to the individual's work, then that will create an appetite for change. And then, of course, what we need to do is we need to appoint stakeholders, people that are owning that change and publicizing and promoting that change internally is going to be very important. So tech change is emotional change. Acknowledge it, don't avoid it. Fortunately, we live in a corporate environment now where feelings are embraced. We talk a lot about emotional intelligence. Unfortunately, I'm old enough to remember a time when emotions were not welcome in the workplace and one had to be rather more buttoned up, but we've moved on beyond those times now, thank goodness. Right, coming on to then leading through change. So, what does good leadership look like in an AI transition? Three things: communicate the why, involve the people early on, and coach them through uncertainty. Don't just roll out a tool and expect everyone to use it. Ask for feedback, make people part of the journey. And if you've got some early adopters in your team, great, let them lead the way as AI champions. So just looking at these three sort of boxes, then communicating the why, link AI to goals, values, and team outcomes. Be transparent about challenges and opportunities there. It's almost like as a leader promoting the vision, isn't it? I think, what is it, Ecclesiastes, without a vision, the people perish. And it's absolutely true. We need an AI vision. And then, in other words, what I'm saying as well, just to come back to that point, is don't be haphazard about it as well. Know what it is you want to achieve from AI. Don't just sort of do it in a haphazard way. And then number two, involve, don't impose, and engage teams in testing, feedback, and co-creation. Assign AI champions to support peer learning. There will be certain individuals within your organization who have what I call uh, the the uh, the value driver that is linked to wanting to educate others. The expertise value driver, it's known as. So these are people that enjoy sharing knowledge. So if you think that they're individuals that are able to use the AI very well and enjoy using it, then appoint them as your champions. And then coach through uncertainty, equip managers with tools to guide conversations, celebrate early wins and learning moments, because that, of course, then builds up the momentum. Um, so looking at building a culture of collaboration, AI plus people, if we want people to use AI effectively, they need to feel safe. And by that, I mean it needs to be okay to experiment, to fail, to learn and learn from the failures. That's the point. That comes down to culture. Let your teams test things out, reward curiosity, not just outcomes. And if you've got someone who gets this stuff, make them an internal AI ambassador. Peer learning builds trust. And as it says here, culture is the multiplier. Without it, the tools fall flat. So let's have a look then at the evolving employee mindset. We need to support a shift in mindset from fear and perfectionism to curiosity and experimentation. Instead of, I have to master every tool, we want people saying, let me see what this does. It's not about becoming an AI expert overnight. It's about staying open, playful, and willing to learn. Great. So let's have a look at essential soft skills for navigating AI change. Here's the good news. AI can't do human stuff. It doesn't have emotional intelligence. It doesn't build trust. It doesn't inspire teams. That's our edge, the human edge. So we need to double down on soft skills like resilience, communication, critical thinking, and adaptability. The more tech we add, the more human we need to be. Okay. So, looking at emotional resilience, staying calm and constructive in uncertainty, with communication and influence, explaining decisions, building trust, collaborating across teams, with critical thinking, evaluating the AI output, asking good questions and applying judgment, remembering always to question the outputs that we get from AI, not to accept everything as gospel. And then adaptability, embracing experimentation, adjusting quickly and staying future ready. And as it says here, human-centered skills are your most powerful upgrade. Then moving on to AI fatigue. Um, so what we've got here, what AI plus human culture looks like in action. So a real estate We're going to bring this to life basically with some real life examples, some real world examples. So a real estate team is using AI to do fast property valuations, and that frees them up to focus on strategy and clients. Or a property ops team using chatbots to handle internal inquiries. That's less inbox noise and more time for proactive service. And this is the shift from being bogged down in admin to doing the stuff that really matters. That's the main shift here. So just to go through this in more detail, property investment team real estate uses AI to speed up valuation modeling, frees analysts to focus on client engagement and market strategy. Then you've got the hybrid facilities management property operations team, chatbots triage internal queries, less inbox fatigue, more proactive client service. And then professional services firm, AI generates first drafts for proposals. Team members add insight, context, and client nuance. In each case, culture shifted from replace to enhance. So change is obviously tiring, and even positive change is tiring. So if people seem checked or out or overwhelmed, don't be surprised. Too many tools too quickly, unclear expectations, fear of doing it wrong, all of that can add up. So what helps, focus on tools that actually solve problems, make learning optional when you can, celebrate progress, not perfection. And then looking at some practical steps for managers. Um, what can managers and teams actually do to get this right? So just some thoughts here. One, start small, pick one task or process to improve with AI. Number two, ask your team where AI could help them. Don't just decide for them. Number three, offer regular bite-sized learning, nothing overwhelming. And number four, celebrate quick wins, share success stories, keep the momentum going. And if people here feel heard and supported, adoption will automatically follow. So just to round off really with a final thought, and then we'll do a Q&A. As Peter Drucker, the Austrian-American educator, says, culture eats strategy for breakfast. I love that. But I'd argue it eats tech for lunch too. You can have the best AI in the world, but if your team doesn't feel trusted or empowered, it won't stick. So the real takeaway today, focus on people, support curiosity, build confidence, and keep the conversation going.